That don't look good. The angles and the lighting is not pretty as a whole.
I mean, that would be good if they had one of those where they just all beautiful.
Play it again. And I hate all that ugly blue light. I'm a black girl. You can't put blue lights on black girls.
Hello, filmmaker. Welcome back. If you're new, I'm Monica Bryant, and this channel is a living document of my journey as a filmmaker. Today's video is all about lighting and learning how to properly light myself for my YouTube videos. Behind me is my window, my camera, so I stand here and then I have the two lights behind me, the hall light and then the light here. I look best in the daytime. I can film at night, but my apartment is also very dark. When it gets dark, I'll show you how I light myself at night if I'm filming at night, because I have to use more lights than this. I am also going to go shopping today to find some more lights. As it gets darker, you will see that lighting myself becomes very difficult. And sometimes I feel like I look too harsh in the light because I just want it to have like a soft halo and look natural, but sometimes in my videos I look very unnatural. So I'm just trying to figure it out. It's a journey. It's a journey. So, all right, anyway, let's go to the store. Okay guys, so that whole Target trip turned out to be a bust because the lamps were so expensive, and I knew they were going to be expensive, but I always go thinking that there's going to be like a sale or something, but there wasn't. So my only options were either the battery operated accent lights or to just get candles, but I already have candles and I already have battery operated accent lights. So the only things that I purchased were some more batteries and some cat food for Gemini.
The third thing I do is I use an ND filter, no matter whether I'm inside or outside. So ND filters are accessories that you add on top of your lens to reduce the amount of light coming into the lens. And this is very helpful when you're trying to have you know, the lower f-stops like f2.8 and all that kind of stuff, so you can have that shallow depth of field.
Okay, so the video that I just watched about lighting from Louise, thank you Louise, I'm so glad I found your video. She says to use an ND filter. This is all I have. It doesn't, like, when you turn it, it doesn't get darker or anything. It's just one shade. So I'll put this in. I'll put this on and see what happens. All right, ready? Ooh, that's already like, that's significantly darker. Wow. Let me change the ISO. And okay, now the ISO is at 3200. So I don't know if that's like, ugh. Let me turn it down a little bit. Ooh, that's 800. That's super dark. Oh my god, I make it darker. All right, ISO. Let's just do a little more This is, right, well, 1600 ISO. Here we go. I mean, I kind of like that. I think that looks good. I think it looks good. I look lit. I don't look blown out. I don't look, I look a little bit out of focus, but why am I out of focus? A little bit out of focus. I don't think it looks too bad. That's not so bad. Maybe I will use this dark filter. I never thought about using it inside, but I think that does lend itself to making me look better. I mean, I'm also still standing in front of my window, but none of my lights are on in the back except my computer screen. So I think this is pretty decent lighting for not having any other lights on my face. When it gets darker though, I will do the key and the fill thing and see how it looks with the filter, how it looks without it. We're trying. You know, all we can do is try. I'm learning. This is my film school right now. It's just you and me, some YouTube videos, some articles on the internet. That's how we're doing it. So it's nighttime. I've showed you my light setup. I added some more green lights in the back with the batteries that I bought. But as you can see, my face is very shiny. The color looks maybe a little unnatural. I'm not even sure, but I'm trying to figure out this whole lighting thing. And honestly, it's super complicated. So I think maybe I need to take some lights maybe off the front. I don't know. I mean, I have the filter on there, the ND filter, that's really just like one shade. It doesn't do multiple shades, but I have it on there right now to darken a little bit. And if I mess with the controls, for example, the ISO is 800, and if I go to like 1600, it's like really washed out. So I'm just trying to make it look as natural as possible. But this is what it is. This is how I look. This is what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get something together here so that I can teach myself how to light myself, how to light people that look like me, because it's very important, especially for projects I want to do in the future. I need to know how to light myself and light other people. In conclusion, I feel very privileged and lucky to be able to work on something like this, because in the old days, I would just kind of dream of like, oh, making videos in my room. And I did make videos with my old camera, which was like a Sony Snapshot, and now I'm using a Canon and I'm using lights, and trying to figure out how to light myself is a really good problem to have. So it's not lost on me that I'm doing something really cool, even though it may seem like stupid and small to some people. It may seem like a no-brainer to other people, and to some people it may be like, oh my god, I wish I could do that, and I was that person wishing that I can do it. A lot of people come to this platform and they already know lighting, and they already know sound, and they know angles and all that stuff, and I know tidbits here and there, but most of the stuff that I found out is through research, because I'm self-taught and I'm trying to figure it out. And you are watching me trying to figure it out, so you're kind of watching me like This is a behind the scenes video of me trying to learn something, and I never really see videos like that on YouTube. A lot of people are just like experts right out of the gate, and they just know how to do stuff. And well, not everybody knows how to do things, and I don't know how to do everything when it comes to video production and film and any of that. I don't know a whole lot. And so I want to learn. I really want to try. And that's what this is, right? This is a journey. I am so happy that you're here with me and watching and coming along and maybe even doing it yourself. It's one step at a time, and eventually we'll all figure it out. But in the meantime, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.
I always say, you know, in my film Middle of Nowhere, we were playing with the idea of how black people look in dark rooms, you know, and you know, when I go in my house at night, the light's not on, and what does that look like? And so often folks are afraid to put darker hues against darker backdrops because it's just going to be teeth and eyes, you know what I mean? And that's not necessarily the case, and sometimes it is the case, and it's beautiful. And so really playing with all of that texture and all of that tone and what that means to deconstruct it and experiment with it. So we did that a lot on previous things. This is our 4th project we worked on together. And so with Selma, it was just so deeply embedded in our, you know, love of our people, you know, the legacy of the civil rights movement, but then also just, we really were always playing with the idea of the black body and deconstructing that in all kinds of ways. So there's we were very rigorous with our use of close-up, with our use of profile. We like just a little bit of a rim of light just on the profile. You may not be able to see everything. There's a whole scene where there's 2 dark men, David Oyelowo and Coleman Domingo, sitting in a dark jail cell.
Right.
And there's just a little peak of light. And it's a funny story. That was our first day of shooting. So that was the first dailies to go to the studio, and they were like, no joke, ordered extra dailies colorists to go in and like had money set aside to reshoot it, and me and Brad are like, that's what it's supposed to look like, you know what I mean? And eventually that's in the film. But, you know, no disrespect to them, but that image, just the image of 2 dark-skinned people sitting in a dark space was so startling and rare that it needed extra dailies colorists, like just to see is there information there? They call it information. Like, if we want to turn it up, can we? You know what I mean? And Brad was like, yeah, there's information in there. And the information was like the tip of the nose. Like, you could like when you cranked it up, you could see like that.